What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Breadsplay, and today we're taking a look at Agent 64, Spies Never Die. Now, if it wasn't apparent from the title, this game is heavily inspired by Goldeneye. In fact, it wears its influence on its sleeve. Goodness gracious me, excuse me, I just drank some Orange Tango. I'm going to start the game. This is the demo of Agent 64. It only has one mission so far. It's in early alpha. The developer's still working on it. And the thing that interests me most about this game is the fact that previously in Breadsplay we took a look at Time Shifters, which is like a fan-made spiritual successor, if you will, to Time Splitters. But this is a fan-made attempted successor to Goldeneye 64, a beloved classic. So I'm going to stop waffling. We're going to get on with it. I'm just going to read the mission synopsis here, then we'll get on with it. Space Comms Complex. Dr. Pulp has taken control of the top secret space communication complex. Your mission is to enter the base and thwart Dr. Pulp's plans by any means necessary. I'm definitely going to thwart him, or wherever it said. So we've got 3 objectives: enter the complex, download the flight data, and escape through the helipad. I'm going to play it on the easiest difficulty first of all, because the other difficulties, much like Time Shifters and Time Splitters, have additional objectives, but we're going to start with Silver Agent to begin with. Wait, what the heck was that? Did you hear that then? Okay, so already I really like that sort of aiming style that the developer's gone for. It's that very Nintendo 64 old-fashioned sort of aim. Don't even have a crosshair. Okay, so instantly this looks and feels like Goldeneye. But I really love the visual style, actually. It's got that sort of blocky, low-polyness, and it's got those really low-poly characters as well, which that looks intentional to me. This game runs really smoothly, aside from if you're looking in certain angles, the performance dips a bit. I wonder if that's too many assets on screen, or... See here, the frame rate has dropped considerably. It might be because of the lighting engine or the amount of assets in front of me, but look at how huge these satellites are. Sorry, look how massive they are. I really think they've done an excellent job with the gunplay here, because it's got that sort of auto aim. The player character's gun will automatically sort of shift towards the enemies. Now I gotta say, and this is no disrespect or disregard to Time Shifters, but this game has more like personality and identity for me so far, like in its visuals and its presentation, and in how confident it looks in itself. This game looks like more original. It has more sort of character to it. I've got to interact with this, but we can destroy that anyway. So you've got like all these different weapons. You start off with a pistol in Goldeneye, and of course you have the when you have sort of rifles and things like that, you don't have hand models on the gun, which I really appreciate, because if you're gonna make something that feels like Goldeneye, then you have to do all of those visual aesthetic things, which, to be fair, I think Time Shifters did too. But I think this, oh my word, this game has more sort of personality to it, and it has more sort of sleekness to it, I will say. I love that sort of auto aim that the gun has. The lighting looks really nice in this room, actually. It's got sort of a mixture of nice modern glossy sort of look, but also that sort of very low poly old school aesthetic at the same time. I love that mixture of the two. If you're going to have like sort of blocky graphics, you can have really beautiful lighting to go with it as well. I think it looks awesome, actually. I'm getting rinsed because, you know, I'm trying to speak and fire at the same time, and I'm not being quick enough in my reflexes. But I'm also sometimes, like just then, getting shot at, and I haven't got a clue from where. Who was that then? Oh, there's people here. I mean, I know this is early alpha, and I really like this character model. We're going to take a look at him just now once I've killed this guy. I like this character model because it reminds me of Goldeneye a lot. But I think there could be obviously a few more character models, which I assume they are going to be. I was getting shot at from every which way there, and I didn't know how or why. But I'm assuming in the final game there's going to be a lot more variety in character models. There's nothing wrong with having the same guy over and over again, because, you know, it's kind of sticking with the old school theme. But there's so many enemies though. Wow, loads of them are spawning. Oh, you can do slapsies as well. Hold on. That's fantastic. So yeah, this is Goldeneye, but it has enough of its own sort of... It's got enough of its own thing going on, you know, to the point where, yeah, already I can see that this has a lot of character and personality, as I've said, and it's just something I appreciate about this game. What was my objective again? Download the flight data. Okay. Where do I do that? I assume in here, because it looks like it. Oh, here we go. Downloading the flight data. Here we go. Lovely stuff. What I like with these sort of old retro games, I love a lot of like 90s games as well as early 2000s first-person shooters. They don't like hold your hand and tell you exactly what you're supposed to do and where to go. They give you an objective, but they don't give you map markers or anything like that. So you just got to kind of figure it out yourself. I haven't found any health packs or anything, because I am on very low health and I'm gonna die. Look at my health. So I'm just sort of jolting in between this, but what I'm trying to say is I like that they don't hold your hand and specifically tell you how to do the objective. You got to figure it out yourself. I really love the lighting in this game. And aside from that one area outside, I'm scared to go through here, sorry. Aside from the one area outside, it's running beautifully, 60 FPS. In fact, I think it's running higher than 60 FPS on my monitor. Really glossy. I'm using a controller. The game supports keyboard and mouse and controller, which Time Shifters does as well, actually, if you check out Time Shifters. Also, I'm going to assume that this is the way out. I'm dead. That was a fantastic demonstration there. But we're going to try it again. We're going to try it again, and I hopefully this time will not die. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty, and I found that I'm taking a lot of damage. I mean, you could just say, yeah, I suck, which wouldn't be invalid of you to say. But at the same time, I was getting absolutely bombarded with enemies. There's so many of them. Loads of them. Just swarming my position. But yeah, I gotta say it, I really, really like this. This feels good, looks good, it plays well. It's got awesome music, it's got awesome visual style, it feels like really confident in itself. And if you're a big fan of like old school first person shooters, then I think you're going to enjoy this one a lot. And I hope I won't die this time. I'll try and sort of blast through it, but I got obliterated in that one area because it spawns so many of them. And perhaps that might be down to me just not having enough awareness of the environment. If I'm running past some of those enemies down there, I wonder if they eventually come and catch up with me and start like this. They all just sort of pile up and catch up. The pistol is very effective. I know I wanted to use the rifle, but the pistol is actually pretty good. I like it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was the pistol a silenced pistol in Goldeneye? Well, I'm out of ammo for it now anyway, so I gotta switch. There we go. I think the difficulty might be down to me not killing all of the enemies before, so they're all piling up and coming back. But no, the AI is generally pretty good, apart from the part where I sort of looked out of this window just now and they were stood there not doing anything earlier on. Yeah, they're all piling up as soon as I... if I'm leaving them and I'm not going back to kill them all. Right, I'll do it this time. I'm not going to die this time, I promise. Every time I say that, I die immediately after, so... Something else I haven't given enough credit to, the animations are really, really great for killing the enemies. I think Time Shifter's had quite nice animation for death animation and things like that too. But with this game, the anims are very similar to Goldeneye, and they look really good. Everything looks like it belongs here. Nothing looks like an asset or anything. Everything looks like original work, and it all feels like a cohesive art style. Everything goes together. And like I said before, the lighting is beautiful. This game is built using Unity, and Unity has a really nice light engine built in anyway, so if you can take good advantage of that to make your game look gorgeous. The model on this looks a bit weird, but you know, so I get in here. Is this it? You still have, do I have missions to accomplish? I thought I downloaded the flight data. I thought I already did that. Let me go back. That's embarrassing. This is a different pistol as well. That's kind of cool. I thought I downloaded the flight data. I was certain that I had. Apparently not. Okay, let's go back. The bodies don't disappear. Kind of like with Hotline Miami, where Hotline Miami makes you feel bad about all those people that you've murdered on your way through. Make you feel guilt. I'm really sorry. I thought I'd downloaded the flight data, but apparently not. So let's go back. You have to wait for it. Okay. There we go. You have to stop and wait. Okay. I had thought if you've clicked it, you've activated it, you could just leave, but I think you have to stay within the volume. There's sort of like a specific area you have to stay in. Okay. Let's get the heck out of here, shall we? I think it's down here, is it? There we are. Lovely. Now can I leave? That's really cool. These sort of quick fire, fast sort of levels. I'm actually going to try it again on another difficulty. So go back to the menu. It's just this one level now. But it's good of the developer to build this level, have it really polished, really good, really solid. And then with that level, you can sort of get it really neat and precise and as clean and well playing as you possibly can. And so that's why it's great to have a demo out with one level. I'm going to try it on 64 Agent, and I want to look at these other objectives here. I'm going to do very badly at this, but we'll give it a try. You have to disable the security systems, enter the complex, plant explosives on the mainframe, download the flight data. So we already know that one. We need to radio headquarters. Okay, so there's a few more things we have to do. We have to plant explosives on the server. We'll try it. I wonder if I'll die even easier. I don't know if the difficulty just adds more objectives or if it actually makes the game harder for combat. Because I was getting rinsed on the lowest difficulty. And again, like I say, you could say I suck, but I was getting bombarded. I've got to be honest, I feel like I'm taking the same amount of damage on this difficulty. So it doesn't really matter what, in regards to how difficult the combat is, the difficulty isn't governing that, but the difficulty is governing the objectives. I feel like I'm dying the same as I did before, if I'm honest. But yeah, so like I say, the demo is just this one level, but that's a good thing in my book, to have just one level. We have to disable the security lockdown. Okay, let's take a look for that objective just now, because it's probably on one of these towers or something. I think it's that. You know, last time I destroyed this, it was that. I see. So I destroyed that last time thinking it was an objective. Turns out it is on higher difficulties. I can only assume that the developer will make the combat and damage taken more difficult on harder difficulties. Because right now it's the fact that, you know, I feel this pretty much the same in combat. I have to plant explosives on something so we'll go and take a look for that as well. I'm just sort of staying back and cheesing them. You can exploit the AI a little bit, but the AI is generally pretty good. You know, I can't knock that. Oh, there's an explosive. Are there other places where I have to set down an explosive, though? On server main frames. I wonder if that, because of the plural layer, if there's additional spots to do it at. I gotta say, though, even though this is quite challenging, it's easier than Goldeneye. It's not as difficult as Goldeneye. But then, this is only the first level. But the first level in Goldeneye was rough, man. Oh my days. Every time I talk about difficulty, I end up just getting decimated after talking about it. So I'm just being careful here. Yeah, the combat is hard no matter what difficulty I'm on. I have no ammo. I am gonna die. I'm gonna quickly see if I can pick up some ammunition, because that's terrifying. Oh my word, they've got quite good aim, haven't they? Which is bad news for me. Here's some ammo. If I'm just very careful, I should be able to take them out. Ah! What exploded then? I think it was these things that I'm stood next to, the mainframes. My health is catastrophically low, so I need to be very careful now. There's no health packs. I'm certain Goldeneye had health packs. Obviously, Time Splitters had health packs and armor, which I assume is the same for Goldeneye, but we don't have any of that here. This game says, screw that noise, you're not getting any armor from me, or health. Ah! Absolutely destroyed. I'll try it again. I'm going to try it again, here we go. Let's give it another pop. I've said everything that needs to be said about this, but you know, I like it, it's really good. I think the difficulty comes in the fact that you get sort of swamped by the enemies. Like I say, I love the visual style of it. I love the everything of it, you know. We're going to do the objectives though, so don't you worry. Just gun those gentlemen down there a bit. We'll sort this, don't you worry. We're going to do the objective as intended. So we'll destroy this. Lovely. See, like, I think the game does a good enough job at communicating what is interactable and what isn't. Like, you can sort of see, oh, I can interact with these things, I can blow them up. There's a lot of nice interactivity with the environment. Time Shifters, just to go back to Time Shifters a minute, the game I played previously on the channel. Oh, they can melee you as well, nice. Time Shifters had more content in the demo, but the first level of that demo had the most polish, I felt. I think both games are really great, but both of these games clearly have a lot of passion for the games that they're clearly based off of. Like, obviously, this game really wears its influences on its sleeve. It makes no secret of the fact that it's Goldeneye, you know. And like I say, I think it plays buttery smooth. Oh, I forgot to put the explosive on, didn't I? Hold on. I just gotta concentrate, just aim. Use your reflexes. Call of Duty. No, this is not like that. It's not even like the old Call of Duty games. Not to bash on those, but it has that reload anim I like, where I didn't talk about this yet. If you sort of flick the gun down off screen, I really love that reload animation. Time Splits did it too. And I'm so glad to see this this focus on bringing these old, like, PS2 and sort of old, well, this is N64, but those sort of old console shooters back and bringing them to PC, because people have the option now of using a mouse and keyboard or a controller. I'm using a controller, like I said. When you've got a lot of people who love retro games and they're kind of dying for a new one, and sometimes big major companies are not making old school shooters, then indie developers are saying, well, we'll do it then. You know, you've got these really passionate guys who make the games by themselves who are like, well, We'll make it then if you're not going to make it. We'll make Goldeneye if you're not going to make Goldeneye. I'm going to die again. That's me done. Okay. You get the idea. I'm actually going to leave it there. I surrender. I'll admit I've died there. But I think that's excellent. I really like that. This game has like so much potential. You can actually change your keyboard binds, and you can change your with the controller mode. Let's stick with that. Classic. I assume that's for more how the N64 had its aiming. But yeah, I died again there. Perhaps I was mistaken, and it is more difficult on the harder difficulty. But this game was great. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this one, as well as Time Shifters. It feels good to play. It looks great. It has a lot of personality already. There were only 2 weapons from what I could see, which is the rifle and the pistol. It'd be nice to take a look at how sniper rifles work in this game, how explosives work. Like I say, this is an alpha. This is early stage, but I think it's fantastic. I'd love to see more levels from this. If the developer is going to be putting out an additional demo or updating this demo, I'd love to see that. But that's all from me for today. Just wanted to give you a good look at it. Looking pretty tasty so far. So that's all from me. Bread out.